Hello everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I wanted to talk about something that's on my mind and something I'd like to warn people about. There's something going on called non-duality in Russia and India and a lot of these other different places. And I guess a lot of these videos are in different languages, but a few people are making them in English. And so I'm just giving you guys a swift warning. I watch a couple of these people talk, and what they're doing is they'll give some explanations about stuff and then they'll just be stuck in a trance, like out there. And so I'm not saying that's good or bad. What I'm saying is, I, because even when I hear them talk, what I hear a lot of people do when they give testimonies, they're saying things like, well, this man and his sermon and his expectation and all this other stuff. And basically, that's how it starts. These prophets are using something because in a couple of these videos, I'll hear people saying the great in this new dwelling of the great I am. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Even that phrase, I am, what people will do is they'll take the meaning away from it and they'll create a pagan god out of it. That's why I say the names Yahweh and Yehovah. What they do is they don't edify to what that means in this generation. You hear a lot of people saying Yahshua. I've told you all before. That means I am salvation. Yahweh. That means I am that I am. I am that is. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a phrase. It means something. And so when people take the meaning out of the phrase, they're doing it again. They're taking out of their temple for this great I am and trying to non-duality. So basically what you're saying is, I think what that means is people aren't, the old concept was the flesh was the woman and the man was the spirit and all that. And I think what people are doing is, because I heard another man speak and he was like, I prayed to the conscience and I went into this deep realm of the cosmos, and he was explaining all this stuff. And that's fine what he's doing, but what I'm saying is people don't edify to what their symbols mean. So I could just get on camera and tell you about a dream I had. One day I was walking the earth and I went into the heavens and there was planets everywhere, and so I saw the universe. So if I just say that, then people are going to start daydreaming about that and then start making the cosmos God and all this other stuff. That's why I edify in all these videos and I talk slow sometimes and I just keep talking and talking, because I'm trying to give level ground for people to stand on. This non-duality stuff is dangerous, and it's just like the Sabbath. It's basically, that's why it says keep the Sabbath holy, because what people are doing, what did David do to avoid death? He stayed in the book, right? To avoid death. I'm telling you all what death to Pharaoh's kingdom means, but they're turning it into physical death and confusing the spirit. They're taking things that are supposed to be spiritual for who I am to live, so to speak. Now, you all said who you are to live, and they're creating big images and concepts, and it's confusing people. This lady, she made me so happy. I heard her talking. She said, there is nothing else, there only is, or something like that. And she said something about the I am. And she was so happy and floating. But then other times she would go like, and okay, the truth is coming out. You're being shown like, okay, right then and there. So I don't know what's happening on the inside, but I can see physically what's happening. And so then that's where you fight. That's where you battle those depressions and those anxieties in whatever way you need to. Some people are warriors. Some people would like to walk through a field of grass and imagine flowers and bunnies. That's just each person's individual personality. So don't be confounded by all the stuff in the world. Many major people teach ideas and they confuse people, and that's how it starts. And then things are birthed from that. So be careful with this non-duality stuff. Hello, beautiful people. Just to reiterate on what I was talking about, I'm just out here barbecuing the grill so I can get dinner started later. But what I want to talk about is outside of non-duality, talking about different religions and cultural practices and stuff like that. Everybody's got their own thing in life, you know what I mean? I don't care necessarily about all this religious stuff. What bothers me, you see it written on both of the scrolls I leave at the end of my videos, is killing. And, you know, respecting other people and doing to them. So, you know, as I said before, Islam is cool, man. I talked to Muslims. My grandfather was Muslim, and even I said Christianity. But the problem is, like, inadvertently, there's a lot of paganism that gives rise and idolatry and different stuff. You know, I see these videos of these people walking around this square temple for hours and hours and hours, and it reminds me of what ants will do is if they lose their pheromone trails, they'll walk in circles until they die. Now, I'm not saying that's what you all are doing, but I'm saying that's what it appears to look like to me. You're basically walking around an idol for hours. Now, if this was something like, let's say this block was here, and I go to the block and I'm walking for exercise, or I'm walking to get out to talk to family, all those other things. That's cool. That's how society works. We come together and learn and grow. Cookouts, picnics, family reunions, church events. But people, what they're doing is they're making it like stone. They're creating these events and these holidays and saying if you don't do it, if you don't bow, that it's a problem. They're creating, like I seen this video where somebody was like somebody's writing Allah on their mom's Hindu idols and stuff, and somebody was writing, you're writing a pagan god name on an idol. It's like, so I don't understand what people don't understand. Like, they're all gods. So I'm gonna give you an example. I know about Zeus or Hercules. I watched that cartoon when I was a kid. It was funny. It was amazing. It was a story. But as I say in these videos, until you guys mythologize a lot of this stuff and stop saying that it's actually concrete, these Nephilim are going to continue to walk, so to speak, through us, and they're going to destroy us. So you see in the Revelation, when I'm talking about it, I say to the throne room of who I am, and I use I am a lot in the place of God. Because these angels, that's why they're called servants. These men in these books, their writings and their words come to protect who I am, and it's like a fortress in the heart. That's why when a lot of times people see my videos and they'll be like, oh, he's prophesying or he's doing this and that against Israel. Like, you don't understand how Israel, Judah, and the Pope attack my heart, so to speak. And so I am speaking out against my earth, my flesh. I'm showing what lives inside, and I'm saying how I battle it with words. So if people were to see my poems and stuff and then think, oh, I'm going to go attack Jews, or I'm going to go do this and that. Guys, the word Jew is supposed to mean circumcision of the heart. So if I was to go around saying I'm a rapper, but I didn't rap, that's what Jewish people are doing, so to speak. You're taking the title of something and creating a race out of it. That's racism. Just like these black Hebrew Israelites, I'm warning my people. You guys are messing with something and you're being like Jacob right now. You're stealing Esau's blessing. These people are messing with foolishness, and it all comes from, they keep saying Hebrew was the original. First of all, Hebrew wasn't even created, and it was created by Yiddish until the 1900s by Yiddish, German, Polish people. I'm telling you all this stuff. The real Hebrew, they don't know. And what I'm saying is basically it's been recreated even by the Pope in Catholicism. That's why I say it's their father, because the Bible and all these books were put together by different men. So there wasn't just a random book. Like, even if you read Elijah, when I read Elijah, to me, I'm thinking that he put the 12 prophets together and made that. And then I'm thinking, when I hear of Yahshua, that he basically took the law of Moses and did it righteously. So Moses was probably trying to free people, but then he got lost in the wilderness, so to speak. So that's like if I came trying to help y'all and I just went woohoo, but then another man came and gave it like wine to feed people or give people nourishment. So what's happening is these symbols are being used physically to go murder, kill, steal, and destroy, because they can't understand. You see in all these books, follow the commands. And everybody's like, what's the commands? Paul said there ain't no more old commands and this and that. It's the 10 commandments to who I am, basically. That whole book is basically about the 10 commandments. And that's why you look at these different things that say don't hurt the oil or wine with the horsemen and different stuff, because I still got the message clearly, even though it cost a day's pay, wages, work. So anybody that was writing any foolishness after that, look what happened. So what does a farmer do? He farms the bread. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I talk about Peter and Paul. If you pay attention to Joshua, it says the woman, if anybody outside of this house doesn't have the scarlet ribbon, the red words. So am I saying this is what I believe what they did with God and Jesus. So it's I am who I am, right? They put God as I am, and then they put Jesus as who I am. So now it says God and Jesus instead of saying I am who I am. Like Moses, they turned the 10 commandments into a man, and so then it started to walk the flesh. Like Jesus, they turned the right spirit into a man, so then it began to walk the flesh and cause people to become magical pagan magicians and stuff. And so I'm basically trying to give people this stuff to tell you that, so if you understand what I am is, you're not supposed to be some void, empty, I'm looking for the right path. You guys are looking for an image, life. So people like to talk about time and this and that and all this stuff about time. And I keep telling people time is a concept we created, but it exists. So if people say getting stuck in time and being in limbo and all this other stuff, because you're sitting there thinking about whether or not you're doing the right thing. So if I'm going to go drive my car and get to a destination, if the whole time before I pick up my keys, should I go there? Should I go there? Okay, should I open the door? Should I open the door? Oh, did I open the door right? Am I being non-dual? Am I being the right Christian? Am I being a good Muslim? Am I going fast enough? Oh no, tell me, am I going fast enough? Am I going fast? You're doing it to yourselves. David and the Sabbath, they've created so much law that you can't move on the Sabbath day. They don't even understand what the Sabbath is. After you get the 10 commandments, it's rest, so to speak, and then you use them as lights, not as heads to strike you like a beast. So I'm just trying to basically teach people the best of my ability. You guys keep like listening to men, reading, gaining knowledge, all that stuff. That's fine. That's how you learn and grow. What is school? But what I'm saying is, then if you take that knowledge and say, it's right because I say so, or you say the magical God, Zeus, Allah, God, Gudan, Hashem, all this different stuff, you're putting concepts over you and they're going to rule over you. So when I read Isaiah and Daniel and all these different books, I learn from them as examples. I don't go then and say, Isaiah was the only ultimate anointed one. Woo. I could go read the book of Buddha or all those things. But if I give that stuff power over me instead of understanding the sayings, that's why I know. So if you look at the idea of copyright, which I think copyright to an extent is good, but the thing about copyright is, so think about the real idea of copyright. If we treated copyright truly essential and was true to it, you guys are thieves for having Bibles. You guys are thieves for using anything from the past. You guys are thieves for, you see what I'm saying? Like you're taking things from the natural earth and then laying claim over them. I own this music for 150 years, and if you use it, copyright strike. Okay, if people aren't making money off of it and they're just using it, fine. But then when you attack people just for using, like I'll see people in videos, I gotta turn around because there's music. I can't go in here because there's music. Like, dude, the world is becoming so vicious and nobody sees it or understands it. So yes, copyright is good. You shouldn't just go steal stuff from people and make their money off of it. I'm not going to talk about Microsoft and Apple and all these other new tech companies. But what I'm saying is you all should probably just relax. That's the keep the day of Sabbath holy with a Sabbath rest. So if I'm free now, am I doing the right thing? Am I living up to this image? I am. What are you doing? I am who I am is a phrase. It's not a God. It helps me understand that I am who I am and the rest of the world is who they are. But treat others as I treat myself. So if I go around saying, oh, I am the great one and I have the freedom of knowledge, then I'm like a Führer from Germany, right? What did Hitler do? He made himself the best above the rest. So just like Martin Luther, not King, not Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther the Protestant. You know, you look at William Tyndale and Martin Luther King, they got brutally, savagely murdered for doing what they felt was right to help the world. William Tyndale was fighting the Pope, and Martin Luther King Jr. was fighting the German Protestants. I'm telling you, because you all keep saying, but it was in America. Where do you think all these ideologies and this racist and all this foolishness come from? Where did these people come from that got to America? Because the English is English, Anglo-Saxons. Germans and English mixed together, or the Germans and the British mixed together, and you have English. The Romans and the Anglo-Saxons of the Frisians mixed together, and then you get France. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of different stuff going on. If you guys look at what Ashkenazi means, if you really break down Ashke and then Nazi, and then if you look at what Sephardic means, you guys don't even see what you're doing. You're calling yourself excited Nazis and trees that lack any experience or judgment. So I can't make this stuff up. If you guys do research, you'll find these things. And even if you look at what all the prophets are saying, what are they saying? Is this not from Judah? Is this not from Samaria? They keep building on that land over and over, calling it holy, and then they're idolizing the land. They're not even following the commands. They're following whatever the hell they want to, and then calling it, using somebody else's stuff to create new demons and legions of foolishness. I hear these rabbis talking about the physics and the chakras and all this other stuff. Okay, if that's what y'all want to believe, but then y'all are putting Hashem, that means the name, so y'all are playing around with y'all souls. And every time I hear rabbis and different people talk, and different righteous people, self-help people, like, people are always messaging me saying I'm hurt and I'm lost and I don't understand and all this other stuff, and it's confusing. They're professing to you what you're doing to them, and then you're saying, well, that's going to happen, it's supposed to happen. You're just further and further damning them, not giving them I am peace, I am love, I am mercy, I am forgiveness, I can start over. Not going into that book, taking away from their. So this was somebody will come up to a preacher, dude, I don't know what to do, I'm going to go to hell and do. Well, Jesus is just, and you just need to follow the commands and do blah, 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 but do away from the law of Moses, so what's the commands, and blah, 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 blah. It's just foolishness. So somebody comes to me and say they're going to go to hell, Let me open up this book real quick and show you that there was no hell in the Old Testament. And these different kings created Gehenna out of the valley of Hinnom. Then I'm going to edify you with the I am and show you the creation, how everything's good that you create as long as you don't harm other people, because there was no harm in the creation. And then I'm going to take them to the end and show them how the 10 Commandments basically work into how we have been enslaved in Pharaoh's kingdom, the dragon, and then try to attempt to free them with it, because only I can do is shine a light. Only who I am, them on the inside, can receive this and be nourished by this, right? God reigns on the just and the unjust. Who I am reigns on the just and the unjust. So you see a multimillionaire and you go up and you say, that person's evil. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just accusing somebody because you're coveting after them, after your neighbor's house. So I'm just telling you, when you follow righteously, it makes sense. See them commands, they keep me safe from hurting myself, not to entangle me in the dragon and the beast. You can feel the beast when it comes out. Different times when I say I am, if it's not time to be said or something, or if it's meant to be on the inside, I can, and I'm like, whoa, I see it. Whoa, calm down. Circumcise those desires. Then you can see the false prophet coming out and blah, 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 and just saying random stuff that can confuse people and hurt people. Whoa, hold on. I am not confusion. If I said something like that, I'm sorry. Wait, whoa. Let me get back on this stone. Let me get behind this rock. Simple stuff to keep you protected. So I go to dance clubs, I go to parties. If we want to go drink after work, I go drink. But do I go there every day and act a fool? No. There's a balance in life, and I do things that I need to live. So you don't hear me saying God, because if I put that on a universal image, everybody will go be like, I need to go do this, man. No. That's not the song I'm trying to sing to you all. I'm trying to free you from the bondage of religion from this world. So, have a good day. Stay blessed. It's getting kind of hot and I need to clean this grill. We're doing burgers and brats tonight. So, I hope you all can stay fed. I do not have magical powers, so if it was up to me, I would make sure you all are fed. But the amount of energy that it would take to feed the world, outside of getting punched in my face by different people in power, is ridiculous. So, yeah, they'll tell me I need governmental this and that and all this other stuff. There's a separation from church and state, and churches don't get taxed and all this other stuff. But the elderly, the orphans, the widows, and all these other people, somebody 80 years old, I can't cut my grass, have 50 fines from the city on their lawn door talking about they should have got it done. A 90-year-old trying to get to the refrigerator, got to worry about paying taxes. You all are fucking devils. But those who are not devils, those who are not of who I'm not, or those who are of who I am, and are not of who I'm not, or however you say that, I'm doing too much. If you want to follow who I am not, go play with the world. But if you want to have common sense and do that which is helpful, you see, I don't even say right, because I don't know what right is for you. Right for some people could be hurting others. So that's why I say I am who I am. You are who you are. So stay blessed and help if you can. But I'm not telling you to go be a missionary. I'm telling you to help yourself, and then you can help others with the peace and love you give and the light you shine. Because then when they see your lights, they'll be like, oh, I can walk this way. But if you ensnare and chain them and grab them, then they're going to try to break away from you.
I sound really fine. 아무렇지 않은 척 아무도 모르게 조심하는데 또 티가 났나 봐. Sound really fine. 너와 함께 했었던 시간이 길었어. 나 봐. 난 네 옷을 또 보고 있어. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I can't control. 생각했는데 추억이 잠시 널 떠올린 거야. Still believe fine. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I can't control. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I miss you, baby. Yeah, yeah. 난